Okay, so let's keep going.
Okay, so we were at retain the okay. Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
Going back to the list. Okay, so and sorry that I'm stuffy, guys. Um, I saw somebody ask in the chat, the one that we just finished off. Somebody asked how many power hours I do. I wish I could do 10. With the new baby, I'm still in the process of transitioning my time. So prior to the baby, oh goodness, there was a time where I was able to work my business from like 11 to 2 with only the lunch interruption. Um, but I can't do that anymore. So I'm gonna say mine is all. I'm all over the place. But I would say at least I try to get 2 power hours, if not at least one. But my goal is to get a good uninterrupted power hour at night. That's really my goal. Like kids are just everybody's gone. It's just me. Like, cause I did that one time in November. I think it was in November. Was it November or October? It was in October. Okay, I had no Christmas cash. Right, no Christmas cash points. The baby was just born. My mom was home. She had just left. I was like, I didn't get to work my business. I was all over the place, and I'm like, and then they came out with a sale, and I'm like, I need to work. And I took one night and stayed and worked a good hour. Did everything, sent out messages, got my brain back, right? Got my mind back. And I got my 5 points in like 3 days. Like boom, boom, boom. So uninterrupted power hours are like gold.
And how much Christmas cash did you get?
So far, I'm 1 point away from I have 19. Have 19 points. I need one more point to have 400 points. $400. Yeah, but my eSuite's it's still wacky. I have to create another ticket. Have Rhonda trying to help me with that.
I love Rhonda.
Okay, so let
me see.
what's the next one? I'm sorry, I'm lost. How do you how do you maintain your level of Ruby? Okay, so that question, I'm gonna be honest, I cannot answer it as well because with the Christmas cash coming through, um, I had to evaluate what weighed more for me. Right, follow the money trail.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make more money with Christmas cash. So I was like, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm gonna make some money.
Right.
So I've kept all my loyal customers. I just dropped down 4 to get the 5 points from one of the distributors that I signed. So obviously, in that case, I lost value, but I make more money.
Mm-hmm.
So to maintain, I think anybody is going to tell you to maintain your rank. You have to continuously be dropping value into spots until you find people that really want it, and then it just organically kind of happens in certain areas. But until that happens, you have to make it happen. I love Joy Gillard's story. She's the triple diamond now, but she went when she went Ruby, she stayed Ruby for a while, and she maintained herself Ruby for like 6 months. But she was like charted for like diamond or something. But she had to put the value into its places for it to stay that way. So that gives me like motivation and inspiration, and it lets me know that like that's just kind of the way it is sometimes. It's okay, buddy. All right, so
no, her laptop died. I guess we can wait for her.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. Her laptop died.
Watch her message me.
Oh, she's back on. She's back on.
okay. I don't know what happened. Sorry.
It died.
Huh?
I thought your laptop died.
No, it's connected. I don't know what happened. So do you focus? Oh no, we did that one. Okay. How many personally enrolled LCs are you willing to move under a DT to promote? Okay. So this one question, I understand it and I feel the person. I'm going to read it out and then I'm just going to kind of say what I think, if that's okay. It says, I know we're responsible for promoting ourselves, basically, but how many personally enrolled LCs are you willing to move under a DT to promote? I've literally moved at least 18 personal enrolled LCs under only 2 DTs when I only had 2 to hit executive, right? And the person hit executive once. And the DTs weren't working. They didn't have auto ships. Okay. So I do understand and I do feel you. I remember when I went executive, I placed like 80% of the loyal customers myself.
You did.
Distributors did not have auto ships. So we were doing full-blown loyal customer enrollments. Because with the auto ship, it makes it a little easier, right? You don't have to fill in all the blanks. But that was not my case. When I went executive, when I saw the work that I did and everything, it was a bit discouraging, right? Because you hit that first rank and you're like, oh my God, does it have to be this way all the time? I don't believe so, but it's, I think, part of the business and a little bit of the sacrifice in it until you start finding people that want this as much as you do. It took me a while, and I wish I didn't get into that mindset that like, oh man, you know what? That sucks. You know, I dropped down these loyal customers and just to hit this rank, and it's not worth it. And I started just keeping my loyal customers. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. And I was keeping my loyal customers for myself. So I'm like way over the 400 mark, you know. But then it went back again. Because if I would have kept just dropping, probably would have gotten to Ruby a lot faster, right? So what I can say is, like, don't get into that mindset. As I know it sucks. And in the back of your mind is like, well, I'm dropping LCs. I'm giving somebody else a paycheck. That's right. That's what you're thinking. Like, I'm giving somebody else money. But when you have that mindset, from the real, it blocks you from like the real stuff. It blocks you from the true blessing of actually being able to accomplish these goals. Because if your goal is to hit Ruby, like, go for it. Like, just do it, okay? Because you want to, because it's something that you want to do, and you know, you said that you did it. And because trust me, you could trust me, you could easily keep the volume for yourself and have 2,400 in personal volume, right? Or like 1,800 in personal volume, and you can get paid pretty good on that. Mm-hmm. But right, the ranking is one of those things, is accomplishments, a goal. So get it out of your head that you're giving somebody else a paycheck. Say to yourself, like, I want to do this. I'm going to do it. And place the volume where it needs to be placed. Now, I'm hoping though, right? We hope that you at least your executive is somebody that wants it. Like my executive, she was working so hard and she was doing rap parties and she was signing loyal. Like I saw her efforts, so I matched her efforts. You know, if you can get that distributor, you say, I'm gonna match your efforts. You sign a loyal customer, I'll sign one too. I'll give it to you, right? So it becomes this little game almost. So I saw her, she was rolling, she was on it. So then I was like, I need to sign these LCs, I need to drop them. And I knew that month when I went Ruby, that's what I did. Because I knew that she wanted it. She wanted it. And she was working hard, but she was still lacking volume. So I went in and placed it. But, you know, sometimes I know the hardest part is finding, right, the people that want to work this business. I don't know. I think what flips in people's head, like the switch that gets flipped is when they see you and they see you making the money and they see you through the post, because that's the only way they see you, really. But, they see you signing loyals and distributors. They see you making the money. They see you being active. The distributor that did go executive, prior to that, she was not active at all. And she finally decided she wanted the one-on-one, and she said, well, how are you doing it? That was her question. Like, I want to do this, but how are you doing it? And I think when people see us, like, working our business and bringing in, signing the loyals and stuff like that, and, you know, it makes a difference. I've also noticed some people, you know, they sign up and I don't know what they... It's okay, buddy. Okay. Sorry, guys. Are you recording this? Do not put it on YouTube.
No, not this one. The other one I put, not this one.
Life.
Only
Okay.
Jade Hooper.
Oh my God, really, for real. Except with the choking part. I don't know what's his deal. He does that all the time.
Oh.
So really, it's like if you want it, just go for it. Like, forget it. I'm telling you, all those ambassadors, they do it. They have to do it. They place volume. They place orders. They do those last minute $1,000 orders. Be placing the orders all over the place. They do all that. Okay? They do all of that to get what they want. Because they've made that decision. They say, I want this. So they go and they do it. They don't. They know what they're doing. They know they're giving somebody else a paycheck, but their paycheck, seeing their paycheck makes more of a difference to them. So they just whatever. Just understand though. Let me see. When you're going to do that, when you're gonna place, like let's say, just don't do it too far down. Make sure you're still getting paid for it, guys. Okay, because you do know that if you are a distributor beyond like your third level, you're really not gonna get paid on any of that volume. Okay, so try to keep it as high up as you can for yourselves. Next question. I'm fully boxed for Emerald, 5 away from Diamond. Okay, so basically the question is like, what am I doing wrong? Like, why am I not promoting? Okay, so that's a hard question. What I'm going to say is that you're not doing anything wrong. Keep signing those loyal customers and distributors. Okay. If you got right now currently, if you don't have, the only thing I can suggest is to go back to your chart and start messaging every single distributor. Like if you would go through your follow-up list, like you go through your hundreds list and see who would even consider working their business in 2018, right? We're in December, we might as well, right? So you want to have a fresh mindset. So you're going to go through and say, okay, you know, I know you've been, you know, inactive or whatever. I just want to know, do you really want to do this business with me? Would you consider trying to do It Works or not? Do you not want to do it? Like, have them answer. If they don't answer you, right? Because even I've had distributors myself, me, this one right here, that I'll ask them, I don't get nothing. Nada.
Now it's me too.
It just, you know,
It's
I'm chartered for Emerald. And just there, yep, names on the box. Because they don't answer you, right? And then there's others that do, and they're like, I do want to do this, and then they tell me like their life and what's going on, so I know to keep them there, like the back of my mind. When they're ready, we're gonna work. And then there's the ones that want to run. Okay, then we'll stick with those. But if you don't know which ones, you have to figure out which ones they are. So start asking and going through and seeing. If you got nobody, it's okay. Just keep building. Keep doing the 3, right? 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors every single month. That's your goal. Go for it. Sometimes it's tiring. Sometimes it, you know, and I say this because I'm like, you guys, you know, I'm with you. I'm just like you guys. There's no difference between me and you. And there's times where you're like, man, I have to sign another. I have to do this again. Why can't the people that I sign actually work or want to work? Like, why waste $99? I don't waste $99. Like, why waste $99? Oh my God. Oh, but I think people don't realize what they get themselves into.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think they think it's something else. I've had people tell me, "Oh, I can do what you do," because they think I just post. Or I had a distributor sign up. She's like, at the time I had 3 kids. She's like, if you could do this with 3 kids, I could do it with my 1. She sold 2 wraps and signed 1 loyal customer, and then she was done. You know, so I think they underestimate the business sometimes, and they don't realize what it takes, like what it entails, and they get scared. Maybe so. I do suggest that because I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong here. I think we're all in the same boat. But I would go back to your chart and see who wants this. If they don't, then at least you know in your heart and your mind, you can get over it, put them to the side, and keep focusing forward. Then, you know, make sure when you sign new distributors, you know, make it duplicatable. Make what you do something that they can do. Right? The Newbie Checklist is really awesome to start off with. And I remember before they came out with the Newbie Checklist, our organization had one. And it's the same thing. Like, it's literally the same thing. The only difference is that, nope, it's the same thing. The hundreds list, right?
Yeah.
Posting, going into their e-suites to set up their e-suites, doing their training, okay? And keeping tabs with them, especially in the first 30 days. Like, if they're talking to people, like if you're talking to somebody, you don't know what to say, screenshot it to me. Let me help you. Like, right? Because if you sign them, you know exactly, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, and help them out. But I noticed, like, I signed the last distributor I signed. I did a short FaceTime with her, and we were going over some stuff. She had some questions, and she did her training and everything. And then I was just like, you just need one more person to get to get a Christmas cash bonus. Like, you could do this. Like, who have you talked to? She hadn't talked to anybody. Like, she was already in the business for close to 30 days, not one person. So I think a lot of people are just just not doing. They're not doing what they need to do. They're not especially that hundreds list. That's like key. I mean, if you sign a distributor that's local to you, which would be like, that's awesome, right? That's like the best. Being able to take out their phone, because my first hundreds list was my contact list on my phone, literally. I don't know about y'all, but that was mine. It wasn't my Facebook list. It really wasn't. Even though I was using Facebook, but it wasn't. But getting them to kind of get that. But I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong. I really don't. I really don't. I think that one thing I know that I did that also helped me is one time I did think the same thing, like, what am I doing wrong? Why, is this person not doing this or this person doing that? And I remember our leader saying, take a notebook out and write, 50 characteristics that you would like out of your distributor. Yeah, it could be 20, 25, 50, whatever. And, start writing the characteristics down that you would want. And you go through it, write them down, and look back and say, okay, are you doing that? Are you that person? Okay, if not, then you stop at that characteristic until you get. So you can't ask for something that you aren't, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's part of it too. I don't know. Say hi, Joseph. I don't. That one's a hard one. I don't believe that anybody's doing anything wrong, especially if you're signing loyal customers and distributors. There's people who want it and people who don't. I've signed, 4 or 5 times more distributors this year than last year, because last year I didn't sign barely anybody. And I was like, when this new year came up, I was like, I am totally signing distributors. I'm signing distributors this year. And so I've signed my distributors, and out of everybody that I've signed, not even a handful like caught the vision. I haven't given up on them. I'm not going to, but they have not been consistent with that, So don't feel bad. Take heart.
I think
encouraged.
It took me like what, 4 months?
It took you 3 or 4 months before you actually you actually signed your first 4 loyal customers.
Yeah, because again, that was because I was watching Marlyn. So I'm like, she's really doing this. It wasn't that I was like in disbelief, but it was just like, okay, I did it. And then like, because I had prayed for it, and the Lord was just like, I gave you an answer. Like, what are you doing with it? And so as I was watching her, I was like, okay, I think it's time for me to start doing this.
Yeah, you did it pretty quick.
Thank God.
You probably could have did it in November.
Yeah.
I think I went through all of the questions that were initially given to me. Oh, no, wait. There's one. Best advice on getting distributors. I have talked to tons of individuals, but no one is interested. What kind of personal messages do you send? Okay. So, my question is, when it says, I have talked to tons of individuals, unless you've talked to like hundreds upon hundreds and 1,000 people about the business and everybody said no to you, I don't know what tons is. Like tons 100, 200, 300. For me to sign, I'm going to tell you a story, okay? With my executive, because I love everybody on my team, but her story is I love it. She was the wife of somebody that I worked with prior, when I lived in the state before. I live in Georgia. I lived in New Jersey before, so I used to work with this dude, and that was his wife. I messaged him though, because I didn't know her, and he was close to almost the 400th message that I had sent out for a BOGO one time. Okay. I was like on 300 and some change because I remember doing 300 for one BOGO, not signing a loyal customer and saying I have to message 400 people this time. And I didn't sign a loyal customer. I got a bunch of potentials. But he asked me what I was like. He wasn't interested in the raps. He was like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" Because I want my wife to do what you're doing. Like, that was his thing. And he made the connection. And she's my executive now. Okay, so it took close to 400 people for me to find the husband of the wife.
There you go.
So, you know, how many are tons of people that you're talking to on a daily basis about, you know, about the business. For example, this is very known. You go on Jade Hooper's YouTube, you know, she talks to at least 100 people a day.
Just to get that one person.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, just because that's her norm. That's her norm. She talks to 100 people a day. At least, and these are, I think, outside of her follow-ups. He's sick. You got sick too, like mommy. But that's like, she could do that. Like, I can't do that. I don't know how she does it, but she could do that. What I can say is find a number that works for you and be consistent with it. I do know that for me personally, I sign distributors. The way I sign distributors is doing opportunity chats. So I'll find somebody who else does it? Anybody else does op chats?
I've done that from you, yeah.
Or you guys just message? Okay, so I take it outside of the messaging. I can't do, me personally, because that's what works for me, I can't tell the person about the opportunity through a message. I need to see them face to face. I do a FaceTime. I do a Zoom. If they're local, I meet up with them. Like, I have to get some kind of, I need some person, because this is not just a loyal customer buying product for me. This is somebody who's going to be on my team. It's a totally different ballgame for me. So, you know, when it's somebody who's interested in the business, definitely get their phone number. I set up op chats. And so the opportunity chats are what helps me sign distributors. If I do an opportunity chat and the person after that, I know if the person wants to do this or not.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. With messaging, you're iffy for forever. Mm-hmm. Okay? With app chats, either the person's interested and they're broke, or they heard you out and they're like, crap, I don't want to do that. Okay? It's one or the other. Okay? But the way, if you have not done an opportunity chat looks like this. It looks like some kind of FaceTime, okay? And you're interacting with the person. You want to get to know this person because you only know them. Sorry, stuffy. You only know them through Instagram or Facebook, right? Or Snapchat or a Blitz, okay? So if that's the case, you need to know more about this person. Like, why are they want to do the business, but why? You need to know that, okay? They need to know that. And you need to know that because you're going to use that to be able to seal the deal at the end. Okay, that why is what you use to make sure that you bring it back again. So you want to know a little bit about them. Who are they? Where did they come from? How many kids do they have? What does their husband do? What do they do? You know, so you figure, you know, like my last distributor, I knew that she was single, but I didn't know why. So in my op chat, I was able to figure out why, you know. And it's not, I don't go straight into it. Okay, guys, it's a very organic conversation. You know, you're two normal people. And make it that way. Make it very organic. And then you go into, okay, make sure they understand the company very, very quickly. 1-2 minutes, right? We were founded in 2001, crazy rap thing, right? The first to market product. Been debt free since 2008, going up beyond the billion.
Yes.
Okay? And then they need to understand the rap and why it's so important. And you're not usually so cranky.
No, I'm rocking because I'm seeing you rock. I'm rocking.
Sorry. They need to understand the wrap. That is the first market product. At least the wrap. They don't need to know about anything else. That they can get the discount, right, as a loyal customer, or they can get the same discount and make money as a distributor. Mm-hmm. And then explain to the distributor how they make money every single day with Grab Cash, right? Bonuses and the monthly commissions, okay? And how they can use that for X, Y, and Z. And then you go back to using that to help them with their whys. So that's why you need to know who they are at the very beginning of the op chat.
Yeah.
So that, for me, that helps me with distributors, okay? And posts. What kind of posts? The best posts for that is lifestyle posts. So when people can see your life and that you're able to do this because of your home-based business type of thing, that works out. So let me see if I could find one really quickly because I know the time is running out. I have one that I'm like, yay, that one was really good. I don't know. Let me see if I could find it.
Ebony is rocking too.
I'm looking, guys. I promise I'm trying my
But I gotta say the opportunity chats, for me, copying your taking your tips, I love opportunity chats. They really are a game changer because you get to know them on a personal level.
You know what? And at the end of the day, then if they don't sign, you don't feel bad because then you figured out who this person really was, you know? And if you really be picky on who's going to be on your team, guys. Like, again, like, you want somebody who's going to have your work ethic. Obviously, you want somebody that's going to be better than you. Well, not better than you, but you want somebody who's going to be a firecracker. But, if for that to happen, you have to be one too, So, this is, let me see if I can screen share it real quick. I'm so sorry. Okay, buddy, hold out. Okay, guys, so this is one.
I love that one. I remember seeing it. Yeah.
And I'm telling them about, I'm just talking about the story. About, past Christmases. Let me see. Somebody posted that on my page. Why did they do that? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna find it. There's another one that I loved.
Keep chatting. My son took off his diaper. I'll be right back.
No, mommy, don't worry. I can check it for you.
Yeah? Okay. Can you do this on?
Yep.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, okay, right over here. Oh, come on. I know I can find it. Guys. I'm so sorry. It's way far down. There you go. Hey, everybody loves babies and puppies, guys. Right, Kristen? Babies and puppies. You have one of those, you win.
Yeah.
So this one I actually got from, I don't know who, from some ambassador Diamond. So you guys, I don't follow them because it messes up my algorithms, but I keep it in a notebook, or I have a couple favorites, and I always go back for inspiration, and I'll take little tidbits, and I think I forgot who we learned this from, about the average American spends a certain amount of this during Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And so I decided to add that in there. And so I was just talking about the Christmas cash and stuff like this. And that's great. But what if your part-time can look like this? It was like, you know, and this was one of those, you know, posts that made somebody message me and say, okay, what are you doing? I need to do what you're doing. Okay, so it's the lifestyle post, guys. This to get distributors, lifestyle post. Like nobody, you can't do join my team now. Like it just, maybe back then it works, but it doesn't work anymore. If people want to join you because of feelings, like you got to get into their feelings. So like, you know, if you are with your kids and stick with that. If you know, are able to enjoy fun stuff during the day, stick with that. Or if you're able to buy or splurge on something because of it works, stick with that. Like, use the lifestyle as, so you're like, oh, but I'm not doing anything fun today. I'm at work or whatever. Yo, take a cute selfie, you know, and just, you know, I don't know. And tell people how much fun you're having, you know, talking to this, you know, mom, or letting people know about what you have, or, you know, or if you can't think of anything because you're like, I don't know what to, go on, you know, on Upline's, go on an ambassador's page and get some inspiration and use that. Because guys, I feel the same way sometimes too. Like, I don't know what to write sometimes, and I'll do that because I want to make sure I write, you know, I do good posts. And just to let you guys know, people are watching. I had somebody that I reached out to, and she was like, you write so nice. That's what she was Hispanic, and she was talking to me in English though, but she was like, you write so nice. I love just reading. They love just reading the posts. And she knew what I was doing. She knew what I was selling. And she was like, I can't do what you're doing, but I love what you write. So people are watching. I think that was the last question. Oh, except the chat has some questions. I'm rocking too. Oh, I need to master that. Since all my kids have moved out, it's hard to use that as motivation. Okay, Gina. So all your kids moved out. So style post, just not a lot. I'm single, have no kids. Okay, so you're single, have no kids. So what do you guys do? So what are you guys able to do that does it works give you new connections, new friendships? You know, man, if you're single and have no kids, I'll be blitzing like a banshee. I would be blitzing I would be all over the place. I would find every networking event. I would be everywhere if I didn't have.
I believe you too.
I would. You guys know how to find events in your town, right?
I do now, yes.
You guys know that on Facebook, go to events. On your desktop, it has more options to search. And you can see what's going on in your community. Usually your community or your county will have a website, and they'll put up stuff that's going on. Just go to stuff and find people. Make new friends.
Okay, so Marlene, to close out.
I don't have any kids, single. I work 12 hours a day. I'm so sorry. I'm still at the chat. Okay, Chelsea, you have no kids, single. Are you young? Where's Chelsea?
Chelsea, put your video on, girl.
No, you're not young. You're older, and you're single, and you work 12 hours a day. Where do you work?
She looks like a teen.
You work behind a cubicle? Cubicle. And I'm assuming you can't get on Facebook, or you can't get on Facebook.
I don't think she can.
No